Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Diploma in Information Technology live stream session. I am Jarvis Gan, a first-year student in Diploma in Information Technology, or DIP IT for short. Firstly, we have with us today Mr. Sankara Rajulu, a course chair for the Diploma in Information Technology. Mr. Sankara, tell us, what kinds of qualities a student should have if they want to take Diploma in IT?
Okay, the students who would like to go into Diploma in IT or Information Technology should have open-minded, right, key to learn new technologies, because this course offer them the different technologies that they pick up during the 3 years of diploma. They should be resourceful because they need to understand the new technologies, so they need to be able to get the inputs from different sources. And then the last but not the least, they should be a team player, because there will be some activities for them, and each module will have projects for them to get themselves involved as a team and then do their part as a team member. So these are the qualities which are needed for diploma in IT.
In the third year of the course, our students will proceed to do their internship. Could you tell us how long it is, what companies they could work for, and what would they do?
Okay, this is a very good question, right? Our students in Diploma in Information Technology will go for internship in year 3. So the internship duration is typically 5 months. The students are attached to multinational companies. They are attached to small, medium enterprise, and also for research institutions. Okay, if you talk about multinational companies, we have companies like Accenture, IBM. So these are companies in which our students are attached. SMEs like Cosiva Lab, Class Engineering. In terms of research organizations, our students are attached at A-Star, CSIT, and DSTA. So these are a few of them. They also attached to government agencies like HTB, SBS Transit, some of the companies in which our students are attached for internship.
So could you share what do most Diploma in Information Technology students do when they graduate?
Okay, DIP IT students, right, when they graduate, they go for further studies in local and overseas universities. There are also a group of students who work full-time in IT companies and also take part-time specialist diploma, which is offered in Temasek Polytechnic IIT School.
I understand that students choose to take 2 elective subjects in the final year. Could you share more about this?
All right. There are 3 elective clusters which are offered to Diploma in Information Technology students, which they select in year 3. Okay, the 3 elective clusters are Business Analytics, Advanced Manufacturing Technology, and Financial Technology. So these are the 3 elective clusters which they can go into. So each student can choose one of these elective clusters. In Business Analytics, they learn about business, how to do data analytics. So these are data mining. These are some things that they learn in Business Analytics. For Advanced Manufacturing Technology, they learn about Industry 4.0. In FinTech elective cluster, they learn blockchain and also digital services. So these are the 3 elective clusters which the Diploma in Information Technology offer. These elective clusters the students can take in year 3.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sankara, for your insightful sharing. I'm sure our audience has learned a great deal from you. Now let me introduce to you some of my friends in Diploma in Information Technology to share about their student life in TP. First up, we have Joey Lim, our second-year student in the Diploma in Information Technology. Hi Joey, could you share what you found exciting about your student life at TP?
Yeah, hi. So sometime early this year, I was actually invited to participate in WorldSkills Singapore in the trade of mobile applications development. And I didn't really know much about it when I was invited, but we had some really helpful lecturers that guided me along my journey.
I heard you attained the gold medal in the mobile applications development at the World Skills Singapore 2021. Congratulations! Could you share how that felt?
Yeah, so thank you. And the competition actually ended a few weeks ago, and I was really happy when I achieved the gold award for that competition because I was against the best in from the other polytechnics and ITE, and yeah, I was really happy to have achieved the gold award because it was a really tough battle.
Congratulations once again on attaining a gold medal. So, Joey, could you share what's next for you?
Yeah, so next, because I won the gold award, so I'll be representing Singapore in World Skills International sometime next year. So I'm really looking forward to train my world application development skills and go against the best in the world.
Thank you once again for sharing, and I wish you all the best for the World Skills competition in 2022.
Yeah, thank you.
Next, we have Michael So, our third year student in a Diploma in Information Technology. Hi, Michael. I understand you are currently doing an internship. Could you share how has that been like?
Yes, I'm doing my internship in GovTech for about 8 months now. I'm currently developing a tour guide robot for a museum. The purpose is to allow greater access to museum tours and content, and also to reduce the reliance of human tour guides. So far, it has been really fun because I get to go to different agencies and places to work with external vendors and external partners. I also get to see like different attractions like Marina Bay Sands and like Garden by the Bay during my work hours because we have meetings there and I get to deploy and test projects there as well.
That sounds great. Thank you for sharing. I have also heard you have taken part in the PolyFintech 100 competition. Could you share about that with us?
Okay, so our team Sentinel comprises of two junior and two senior IIT students from different IIT courses. So we competed in the green finance category where we were tasked to create a solution to better educate individuals to help them understand what it takes to be sustainable. So the hackathon spanned across 8 months, and throughout these 8 months, it is actually comes in two parts. First, the category finals and the grand final. So for the category finals, every team in the category will be fighting against each other. But for the grand finals, it consists of all the winners for the category finals, and we managed to win the category finals, which which allowed us to move on to the grand finals. And we were super happy to win the grand finals because across the entire 8 months, we contacted multiple groups, association, and people. Like for example, the Green Interest Group in TP, lecturers in TP, the Singapore FinTech Association, and our mentors that were judges in the category finals. So we were just very happy that we won. And it also came along, the $4,000 cash prize came along with it as well.
Congrats once again for winning your award at the competition, and thank you for sharing your internship experiences with us. My next guest is Mr. Sean Jai. He is the CTO and founder of Front House and is also an alumni who graduated in 2017. Sean was a country lead for the Microsoft Student Partner, Microsoft Course Silver Medalist, and XH Project Prize winner. Hi, Sean.
Hi everybody.
Could you share with us about the work you currently do?
I'm currently the CTO of Front House Ticketing and Events. So my main role of being the CTO here is actually to manage my team of developers as well as to also do software infrastructure and server planning. Yeah.
Could you share your most memorable experience with TP?
Oh, there's actually quite a few, but one of the most memorable experiences was when I actually went to Japan on an exchange trip together with my care person. So this trip was actually, if I remember correctly, about a 2 weeks long trip where we actually had an exchange program with one of the engineering universities over in Japan side. So this was a great experience because it was not only fun, but it was also very informative. We get to actually try and actually shadow them with what they do in their schools itself. So things like playing around with their robots, and a lot of the games and activities which the Japan side actually hosted us for, and of course, actually enjoying the experience with my friends over there at Japan throughout the whole trip.
Thank you. That sounds so awesome. Could you share how could students studying in Diploma IT be better prepared for the industry?
I mean, for diploma in IT, it's actually a very, very informative course and it's very real to life. So, meaning that the things you actually learn in Dip IT is actually very applicable in the things you do when you actually go out to work. So, for those who are actually looking to apply the things which you learn in real life, just I think really just pay attention in your, especially the practical lessons, and make full use of your internship opportunities because that's where you actually get to try things in the working environment, but actually if anything goes wrong you have your mentors there to actually help you through the journey itself. Yeah.
Lastly, what advice would you give someone who's interested in taking up the diploma in IT?
As mentioned previously, diploma IT is really very real to life in the things you learn. So for those who are actually considering taking up diploma in IT, I think you are really going down the right track. So I think just go for it. Just go, and if IT is something which really piques your interest, I think the diploma in IT is actually the correct course. Because let's say you learn things about programming websites, doing databases, and all that. So in the things which I do actually in my work here, it's almost exactly the same. So of course, on top of that, you also get to experience many extra curricular activities such as clubs, even the Microsoft Student Partners Club, and even your own IT special interest groups. So those are the places where actually will further pique your interest in IT itself, as well as to expose you to more technologies throughout your journey here. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Sean, for sharing your interesting journey and insights into the IT industry. My last guest is Mr. Sean Lim, who graduated in the Diploma in IT back in 1997 and is now head public sector at Tata Consultancy Services. Could you share with us your journey since graduating from TP?
Sure. So I graduated from Diploma in IT in 1997. I believe I was the first batch or probably the second batch of students when Temasek Poly moved into its Tampines campus, right? Currently, I head the public service consultancy services for Tata Consultancy Services Singapore, right? Where I advise clients on various digital transformation initiatives, right? The Tata Consultancy Services, or TCS, is a global conglomerate headquartered in India, and we operate in 52 countries with 500,000 employees, right? Upon my graduation in 1997, I actually went to work in NCS, my first job, right, as a software engineer. I was part of the project team that delivered the whole of government finance system. That was 1997, and it remains in use today. And over the years, I've assumed many roles: consultant, project manager, project director, head of ITs. And before I joined Tata, I was the CIO for government agencies. In terms of academic wise, after I graduated from Temasek Poly, I went to work for 2 years, and then I took a no pay leave from work. I went to do my degree course in Monash, Australia, right? And later when I came back, I went to do a master's with NTU as well, right? So study, work, and getting married, and the father of two teenage sons. This sum up my life for the past 20 years. Yeah.
Thank you. Could you share with us more about what you do at Tata Consultancy Services?
Right. So for my current role in Tata Consultancy Services, I head the public sector unit, and my responsibilities include the full spectrum, right, from business development, P&L, responsibilities to advising clients, which are government agencies, education institutions, and non-profit organizations in their digital transformation journeys.
Next, I have a two-part question for you. Firstly, could you share what are the recent developments in the IT industry? And secondly, how can students benefit from studying in a diploma in IT?
Right. So to the first question, right, what are the recent developments in the IT industry? And in my view, I think that the IT industry is experiencing a boom like never before. So new trends arise within the industry every year, and it is very important for ICT professionals like ourselves to be familiar with the different trends. And in my view, these are the top 10 trends for FY22, right? I mean, for 2022, right? Cloud computing, mobile applications, big data analytics, automation, right? Artificial intelligence, smart technologies, virtual reality and augmented reality, Internet of Things, blockchain, and not forgetting cybersecurity. So these are the major areas that are evolving, that are booming, right? In these few years. Yes.
I also believe our students can benefit from the diploma in IT because our course covers a wide range of these topics.
Definitely. So just before this session, I was talking to students from the School of IT because I'm also playing the role of an industry mentor to them, right? And I understand from the students, they are doing a lot of exciting modules, right? UI, UX, right? Applications development and so forth. So in my view, I think that the diploma in IT offers a very high quality curriculum, right? And it prepares one very well for further education or entry into the ICT industry, right? I would suggest that for students, apart from focusing on their grades, right, they should also enjoy the learning process, learn how to cope with mistakes, how to learn to cope with failure, right? Find out what are the elective subjects that really interest them and choose to work on them, right? Because I believe that learning what you like give you a higher chance of success. And last of not, no man is an island also. So make good friends and useful connections with the peers, right? And look out for internships and mentorship opportunities. The industry mentor program offered by the school is a very good one, right? And last but not least, be a lifelong learner, right? Yeah.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sean Lim, for your insightful sharing.
Thank you.
Now, we will move on to our last segment, which is the question and answers. Thank you and hope to see you soon on campus.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Shankara, course chair for Diploma in Information Technology. I'm here to answer your queries, questions regarding the Diploma in Information Technology. Please feel free to ask questions pertaining to the IT. Okay. So before to wait on this, right? DIP IT is a broad-based diploma. To give you some background, so this DIP IT is where you can find the students learn to create applications. The applications would be mobile application, web application, and the students also learn how to connect devices by learning a module called IoT, right, which is the Internet of Things, and also electives when they do in year 3. Okay, so that is the diploma in IT. Okay, I got a question here, which is, does IT deal with robots? It's not a physical robot. For IoT subject, we do have robots, but we create software applications for robots. We use the robots and then make the robot to work the way in which, for example, a student now currently attached to GovTech. I think he also shared his experiences. He is working on a robot. It's like a digital concierge. Basically, when you visit tourist attractions, for example, Gardens of the Bay, you can find that this digital concierge is able to bring you along the different attractions or different locations in the Gardens by the Bay, and then trying to explain to you different species of plants which are available in the Gardens by the Bay. So this is the robot that the student programs. Okay, currently the student who is doing this project is attached to GovTech. So this is a one-year program. In a way, it's an internship with a major project attached together. So it's a very long duration, and the student get a very good experience working in GovTech for this internship. So this is the robot that we are doing. We don't assemble robots, but we create applications for robots. Hope that answer your question. Any more questions? Okay, the question on where do students do their internship? Okay, diploma in IT is a versatile diploma in the sense, students when they complete this diploma, they are able to do quite a lot of IT related work. So in terms of internship, our students are attached to multinational companies like, for example, Accenture, IBM, Shell. They are also attached to banks. Okay, because banks need programmers, banks need application developers. They also learn the financial domain, and also they create applications for banks. A few of our students were attached to OCBC. They were attached to PricewaterhouseCoopers, right, and also JP Morgan. So these are some of the companies which the students were attached. All these, if you can look at it, is a financial company where our IT students are attached to. Other than this, they are also attached to government agencies, right, and research institutions. If you talk about government agencies, right, like GovTech is one. They are also attached to HDB, SBS Transit, right. They are MOE, MOM. So all these agencies, our students are attached to do internship. They are also attached for research institutions like A-STAR, CSIT, DSTA, where our students are able to create applications for research type of profiles. A question on do we learn about cybersecurity? In deep IT, you learn a bit of cybersecurity. For example, if you're going to create an application, you need to make sure this application is not vulnerable by hackers. So we do teach as a part of the application development how to make sure this application is secure, right? These are some things that is also inbuilt in the curriculum of deep IT. Okay, for example, if you create a website and then this website, when it goes live, you know that there will be some vulnerability, like hackers can go into the website and try to get some information, or maybe access the database and try to get some information from the database. So for all these, in terms of teaching the students how to make it secure, as a part of the web application development, we do cover how to do the security aspects of it. Any more questions? All right, the question on no programming experience, okay, will it be a disadvantage? For deep IT, right, you can see the students coming into deep IT normally they don't have any programming background. We don't expect the student to come with a programming background. They don't need to have, like for example, Java or C# or C++ programming languages knowledge. A good example that I can give you is one of my students, right, who was in year one. He came from O level, and and then he found the first semester, which is the foundation year where they learn programming. He was a bit of tough for him, a bit challenging for him. However, with his hard work and determination, he was able to do very well. Then he picked up the programming, and then he moved on to year two, where he had a lot of projects for him to do, which also involved programming. So he was able to do very well, and then he graduated with a course medal. And on furthering his dream on programming, he created his own company, a startup, and then he's doing very well as an entrepreneur. So you can find that deep IT doesn't need the student when they come into it, doesn't need to have a programming experience. Okay, we have a foundation modules which teach you how to program from scratch. Okay, so we have lecturers will help you to coach you on programming, and you can find that most of the subjects that you take are hands-on. So there will be a lot of lab exercises for you all to try, starting from a very basic one to a bit advanced one. So you don't need to have programming experience. It will not be a disadvantage for students for joining in Diploma in Information Technology. Okay, the question on do you offer any certification? Yes, we do offer certification for students. Okay, we have an iPrep program which works with IMDA, right? This iPrep program is where we have students who can take certification, and then the training is given by our side. I mean, the lecturers train the student, and then the iPrep from IMDA helps to pay the fees for the certification. Okay, so every module that you take, we try to attach with the certification. For example, if you do agile methodology, we have a certification for Scrum certification. So when the students do this module, we also encourage them to take up the certification. Okay, the question on after the diploma, how can I further my studies? Okay, that's a good question. Okay, most of our students from the IT, once they graduate, right, they take up the work study program, okay, for WSP, right? This work study program is offered by IT school, right? The students will be working in a company, right? And then they come back to school to take up the specialist diploma, right? So the company, we work with the company, and then we partner with the company such that the students who are attached in this program called work study program, the students will be able to work and also come back to school to take the specialist diploma. It's something like an advanced diploma. Okay, and we also have students who go for further studies to local university in computer science or information system management, and also to overseas universities. Have any more questions? Okay, the jobs that the students can do, right? Because the IT student are quite versatile. They learn different modules, starting from mobile application development, web application development, agile methodology, UI, UX, right? User interface and user experience, IoT application, machine learning. So you can find that our students were able to pick up all these skills. And that really guarantees them a job in future, meaning that they are able to go into different jobs. So jobs that they usually go in is software engineer, software developer, and then they also have students working in banks. For example, the student also do DevOps, right? So we have students who are working in banks as DevOps engineers, right? And then we have students working in multinational companies. Our students are working in Google, Microsoft, Accenture, right? Standard Chartered, right? So many companies that you can name it. The students are able to get a job, right? Uh, the students is not only banking and MNCs. We can also find the deep IT students working in MOH, right, in hospitals, right? In hospitals, the students, when they get a job, right, they try to do the digital transformation for the hospital environment. So you can find that most of the hospitals, right, are going into E in the sense, e-approvals and E mode. So the digitalization process is what they are involved in. So you can find that deep IT students are able to secure jobs, and they are able to go into different areas, from banking to MNCs to even A-Star, right, where they do a lot of research. One of my students is currently working in bioinformatics at A-Star. So you can find that since the curriculum is a broad curriculum, you can find that the students are quite versatile in their skill set, so they're able to get jobs in the different areas. Questions that you have for me regarding diploma in information technology? All right. If no more questions, thank you for joining this session. We have an open house, right? Then you can also go into the TP website to know more about the diploma, right? Uh, uh, Good luck for you to join Diploma in Information Technology. Thank you very much for joining this session. Bye bye.